What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into an album that has been highly suggested. One of my loyal subscribers on here, shout out to Dan Abilodu, has been asking me to check out, and honestly I'm really excited for this one. We are finally listening to Paul McCartney's 1989 album Flowers, in the Dirt. Now, before we even hit play, I know this album has a pretty interesting reputation based on a few facts that I pulled up. I've seen longtime Paul McCartney fans describe it as one of his strongest solo records, and I've also heard people say, this was a major creative comeback for him after a few quieter years. On top of that, I know he worked with Elvis Costello on several other songs, which already has me curious, because that's a songwriting partnership I never thought I'd hear. Whenever I react to a Paul McCartney album, I always remind myself not to compare it to the Beatles. That's almost impossible to live up to. Instead, I actually want to judge this album on its own merits. It's songwriting, its production, its emotion, and whether all these songs still connect in the decades after they were released. The thing about Paul is that this man has this incredible ability to write melodies that sound effortless. Sometimes they are joyful, sometimes they are a bit heartbreaking, sometimes completely unexpected, but they almost always stick with you. So today I am looking for those moments, that spark that reminds you why he's considered one of the greatest songwriters of all time. If this is your first time here, you already know you're welcome. And just in case you're wondering, we react to albums from every era and every genre. So if that's your thing, hit that subscribe button. And whilst you are listening together, don't be shy. Jump into the comments and let me know your favorite tracks, the stories behind them, and even where this album ranks in Paul McCartney's solo catalog for you. Yeah. Now, enough talking. Looking at the track list here, I see 13 songs. This album spans a little over 54 minutes, guys. That's quite I wouldn't say a lot, yeah, but 54 minutes and 8 seconds. The only song I've actually listened to here is My Brave Face. That's the only song I've heard. Yeah. So without wasting much time, without further ado, Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Dirt, the first song, My Brave Face. Let's take a listen, guys.
My brave, my brave, my brave.
Whoa. Okay.
I've been living in style, unaccustomed as I am to the luxury life. I've been hitting the town and it didn't hit back. I've been doing the rounds
some home note meant for you. As I clear away another untouched TV dinner from the table, I'll lay for two. Now that I'm alone again, I can't stop breaking down again. The simplest things set me off again. Take me to that place where I can find my brave face, where I can find my brave face, my brave, my brave, my brave face.
Wow.
My brave face.
Wow. Wow, guys, the first song, and I have to say, what an opening. I loved it. I mean, this doesn't, ease you into the album. It immediately, grabs your attention. The first thing, that, jumps that jumps out at me is how energetic, this one feels. The guitars, have a bright, almost a jangly quality to them. The rhythm section, is also locked in, and Paul McCartney's voice, sounds, incredibly confident. There is a youthful energy here that you wouldn't necessarily expect, from someone already so deep into, his career at this point. Melodically, this is the classic Paul McCartney, in my opinion. The chorus is, one of those moments where, you catch yourself, humming along before you even, finished the song. That's something I feel like Paul McCartney has always had a gift for. He can take, what seems like a simple melody and make it feel timeless. Lyrically, though, there's more, going on beneath the surface. The title, My Brave Face, suggests, I feel like, suggests, putting on a mask, pretending everything is okay, even when it isn't. That contrast, between upbeat music and emotional vulnerability, to me, is something Paul, has always done really, really well. The song, feels optimistic, on the outside, but to me, there is a sense of, headache just underneath. I also love the production. It has that polished, late 80s sound, but it doesn't feel buried, under studio tricks. The instruments, still breathe all the way through, and the arrangement, gives every part room to actually shine. If this is how this album starts, we are definitely off on a very promising beginning. Yeah, I loved it. But question for you guys: was this a song that made you realize the flowers in the dirt was something special? Please let me know down in the comment section. Moving on to track 2. This one is titled Rough Ride. Let's go.
Bring it to me one more time.
Wow. Ooh. Like this. Ooh.
I needed loving.
Whoa.
I needed a friend. I needed something that would be there in the end. All the rough ride to heaven.
Like this.
Wanna get inside. What will I do? Oh, on the rough ride to heaven. I wanna get inside to be with you.
Whoa.
I knew you'd help me. I knew you could. You knew I didn't want to be misunderstood. On the rough ride to inside. What did I do? Oh, on a rough ride to heaven. I wanna be inside to be with you.
Like this.
I'm not asking for an easy passage, so I hope you understand. I'm not after any special treatment, but I wouldn't mind a hand on a rough ride. On a rough ride.
That's a rough ride. Yeah. Love the instrumentation. Rough ride to heaven.
I wanna get inside.
I want to get inside.
Be with you. Rough ride to heaven. I wanna get inside. Wanna be with you. Rough ride to heaven.
Rough ride to heaven.
Ooh, I wanna be inside to be with you.
Okay. Guys, rough ride. Now, after listening to it, I have to say this is a completely different mood. I really appreciate albums that don't just give you the same energy track after track. Right away, Paul, he shifts gears, and suddenly we are in something much smoother and more reflective. The groove here to me is subtle but incredibly effective. The bass quietly holds everything together, whilst the keyboards and the guitars creates this laid back sort of atmosphere that almost feels effortless. Vocally, Paul sounds relaxed, and I think that's one of his biggest strength. I love the fact that he never sounds like he's trying too hard. Even when the arrangements become more sophisticated, his voice still feels conversational, almost like he's telling you a story instead of performing it. The lyrics also seem to acknowledge that life isn't always easy. Relationships, careers, personal struggles, they all come with their own rough ride. But instead of sounding defeated, the song feels reassuring, almost like someone telling you to keep moving forward, because the difficult moments don't last forever. Yeah, that's one thing I'm already noticing about this album. It's mature. It isn't trying to impress with flash moments. It's definitely letting the songwriting carry the emotional weight. And honestly, that's aging really, really well, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this one down the comment section. Moving on to track 3. This one is titled You Want Her To. Let's go.
She makes me go so wrong. Yeah, you kept me awake, you know you did. I've loved her oh so long. So why don't you come right out and say it's stupid? She makes me do things I don't wanna do.
Okay.
I don't
She makes me do things I don't wanna do.
telling you, I know that you want it too. My intentions are quite sincere. That's not what you said the other night. And all you can do is sneer. So go ahead and kid yourself, you're right. She makes me do things I don't want to do. I don't know why I should be telling you. I know that you want it too. I've got a better chance.
I've got a better chance than you do.
You're such a complex romantic. She told me you're so predictable and nice. She only did you a favor.
She only did you a favor.
Once or twice. She makes me go so wrong. So why don't you lie back and enjoy it? Oh, my conscience is clear and strong. Yes, it says I'm just the mark for it. She makes me do things I don't want to do. I don't know why I should be telling you. I know that you want it too. I know that you want it too. I know that you want it too.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay, now this is actually interesting. I mean, the moment another voice, comes in, the dynamic completely changes. I really, really enjoy songs that feel like conversations rather than monologues, and this one, has that, back and forth sort of quality that immediately pulled me in. It almost, felt like, I was listening to two different perspectives unfolding in real time. Musically, it's incredibly catchy. The melody has that unmistakable Paul McCartney touch, and there's also an edge to it that keeps it from becoming too sweet. There's tension here, and you can hear it not only in the lyrics but in the way the vocals interact. The production definitely deserves some credit too. Nothing felt overcrowded. Every guitar line, every keyboard accent, every harmony had its own place in the mix. I mean, that's not always easy to achieve, especially with a song built around two vocal personalities. What really, really impressed me the most about the song is the storytelling. I mean, rather than spelling everything out, the song lets you fill in some of the emotional gaps yourself. Those are often the songs that stay with you because they actually invite you to participate instead of simply observe. This is definitely one of those tracks I'd want to revisit after hearing the whole album. Yeah, I loved it. Let me know your thoughts about this one down in the comment section. Moving on to track 4. This one is titled Distractions. Let's go. I think we are slowing things down again.
What is this thing in life that persuades me to spend time away from you? If you can answer this, you can have the moon. This is the place to be.
Wow.
Anyway you can see, there's a lovely view. Why are there always so many other things to do? Distractions, like butterflies are buzzing round my head. When I'm alone, I think of you and the life we'd lead if we could only be free from these distractions. Ooh. The postman's at the door while the telephone rings on the kitchen wall. Pretend we're not at home and they'll disappear.
Wow.
I wanna be with you. Tell me what I can do. Nothing is too small. Away from all this jazz, we could do anything alone. Distractions, like butterflies are buzzing round my head. When I'm alone, I think of you and the things we do if we
And the things we do.
be through with these distractions.
Yeah. I like it.
I'll find a peaceful place far away from the noise of a busy day, where we can spend our nights counting shooting stars.
Wow.
Distractions, like butterflies are buzzing round my head. When I'm alone,
Like this.
I think of you and the things we
Whoa.
do if we could only
Instrumentation is beautiful, guys.
these distractions, like butterflies, they're buzzing round my head. When I'm alone, I think of you and the life we'd lead if we could only be free from these distractions.
Wow. Free from these distractions. Guys, this was beautiful. listening to this song, I think we slowed things down again on this particular song, and wow, I have to say this might be my favorite vocal performance so far. There's something incredibly sincere about the way Paul McCartney approaches this song. I love the fact that he's not reaching for huge notes nor dramatic moments. Instead, he's letting the emotion come through naturally, and I think that's far more effective. The instrumentation is beautiful. It's delicate, without feeling fragile. Every single instrument seems to exist for a reason, supporting the mood instead of competing for attention. What's really, really, really grabbed me is how reflective the lyrics feel. We all deal with distractions in life, things that pull us away from the people we care about, or things that really, really matter. I love the fact that this song captures that feeling without becoming overly complicated. I mean, it's simple, but simplicity is often much harder to achieve than complexity. I'm also appreciating how well paced this album is. 4 songs in, and to me, each song has had its own personality. Nothing felt repetitive. That's a sign of thoughtful sequencing. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section, guys. Moving on to track 5. This one is titled We Got Married. Let's go. Wow, this one immediately feels bigger. I love it.
Fast, coming soon.
Okay.
We made love in the afternoon. Found a flat after that.
Okay.
We got married. Working hard for the dream.
Wow.
Scoring goals for the other team.
I like this.
Times were bad, we were glad we got married. Like the way you open up your hearts to each other. When you find a meeting of the minds, it's just as well. Love was all we ever wanted. It was all we ever had.
Like this. Ooh. Instrumentation is beautiful.
Further on in the game, waiting up until the children came.
Okay.
Place your bets and no regrets. We got married. We got married.
Got married.
We got married. Yeah.
Like this.
Nowadays, every night flashes by at the speed of light. Living life, loving wife, we got married. I love the things that happen when we start to discover who we are and what we're living for. Oh, just because love was all we ever wanted, it was all we ever had.
Wow. Like this. Sounds good. Really good. Wow, this is rich, instrumentally rich. Is that a saxophone in there? Wow, guys, so that was the fifth song. We got married. This one, like I said from the beginning, this one immediately felt bigger. The arrangement started quietly, but there is this slow build that kept pulling me deeper into the song. One thing I love about Paul McCartney, is how cinematic his writing can be. Sometimes it feels like he's writing scenes rather than songs, and this is a perfect example. You can almost picture the story unfolding as the music progresses. The guitars are fantastic here, guys. They are tasteful, they are emotional, and I love the fact that they never overpower the rest of the arrangement. Instead, they add layers of feelings that continue to build as the song develops. Lyrically, there is a bittersweet quality to it. Marriage is often presented as the fairy tale ending, but to me, this song hints that real relationships are far more complicated than that. I mean, there is commitment, there is hope, there's uncertainty, and sacrifice, all wrapped into one journey. That's something I really appreciate. It feels honest. Musically, this might be the richest arrangements on the album so far. Every listen would probably reveal another little details hiding somewhere in the mix, and I mean, that's one of my favorite things about classic albums. They don't review everything immediately. They actually invite you back. 5 songs in, and I'm genuinely impressed. Now, this album doesn't feel like an artist trying to relive a former glory. It feels like an artist who is rediscovered in his confidence, and honestly, that's exciting because we still have a lot of the album left to explore. So far, I'm loving it. Let me know down in the comment section. So far, what's your favorite track on this album? For me, My Brave Face has made the strongest in the first impression, but Distractions is quietly climbing up into the list because of how heartfelt and beautifully performed it is. Let's keep going, guys, because if this if the first 5 songs are this strong, I definitely cannot wait to hear what the rest of Flowers in the Dirt has to offer. Let me know down in the comment section. Moving on to the 6th song. This one is titled Put It There. Let's go. Wow, love this.
Give me your hand, I'd like to shake it. I wanna show you I'm your friend. You'll understand if I can make it clear. It's all that matters. As long as you and I are here, put it there.
Put it there.
Long as you and I are here, put it there.
Wow. I love this, guys.
If there's a fight, I'd like to fix it.
Yeah.
I hate to see things go so wrong. The darkest night and all its mixed emotions is getting lighter. Sing along. Put it there. If it weighs a ton, that's what a father said to his young son. I don't care.
Yeah.
If it weighs a ton, as long as you and I are here, put it there. Long as you and I are here, put it there.
Wow. Guys, so the said song, Put It There. This was beautiful. This was definitely a beautiful song. Sometimes, I mean, I feel like the simplest songs, end up being the ones that stay with you the longest. Right away, I noticed how stripped back, this one felt. There is no rush to actually impress you with huge production or an explosive chorus. It's just Paul McCartney, a beautiful melody and a message, that feels incredibly sincere. The line, put it there, if it weighs a ton, definitely, carries, so much warmth. To me, it's one of those phrases that sounds so simple on paper, but I mean, when you really, really think about it, it's saying, whatever you're carrying, you don't have to carry it alone. That's timeless, I have to say. This song, definitely reminds me why Paul McCartney has always, been such a, gifted songwriter. I mean, he has this, incredible, ability to communicate something, deeply emotional without, making it overly complicated. The arrangement definitely, deserves a lot of credit too. Everything, felt understated. The acoustic guitar, the gentle, accompaniment, the subtle, orchestration. I mean, nothing is trying to steal the spotlight. Every single instrument, exists to actually support the emotion. Vocally, I feel like Paul, sounded incredibly genuine on this particular song. I mean, there is no performance, for the sake of performance. It almost feels like he's sitting across from you, sharing a story or passing down a piece of wisdom. What's really, really standing out to me on this album? Confidence. The confidence, I loved it. An artist, who is insecure often feels, the need to fill, every second with something. On this song, Paul, I have to say, is comfortable, leaving space. He's letting silence become part of the music, and that takes confidence. This might honestly be my favorite song so far. Sometimes the less is really more. I loved it. Let me know what you think about this one down the comment section. Moving on to track 7. This one is titled Figure of 8. Let's go.
going early or late. Round and round we go. I wanna know, I wanna know. Say, is it better to love one another than to go for a walk in the dark? Is it better to love than to give in to hate? Yes, we better take good care of one another and avoid slipping down off the straight and narrow. And about my mother getting stuck in a figure of eight.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Guys, now that's the change of pace. Wow. I actually love, when an album, wakes you up, just when you are getting, comfortable. After the warmth, of put it there, this comes in with so much energy that it almost feels like Paul is saying, all right, let's have some fun again. The rhythm is fantastic. There is a driving pulse here that I feel like makes the song feel constantly emotions, and the band sounds incredibly tight. Everybody is definitely locked in. One thing that's impossible to ignore is Paul's versatility. I mean, just when I thought I had figured out where the album is heading, I mean, he throws something completely different, into the mix. That's great sequencing, in my opinion. The guitars, have real vibe. The drums, push everything forward, and Paul McCartney's vocals has a bit more attitude compared to some of the earlier tracks. Lyrically, there is an interesting sense of movement and repetition that, to me, mirrors the title itself. It almost feels like life going around in circles, trying to break free from routines, whilst somehow ending up back where you started. Whether that's the intended meaning or not, I feel like that's what the song makes me think about, and that's something I love in music. I mean, great songs don't always tell you exactly what you think. They leave enough room for your own interpretation. This definitely feels like one of the album's biggest energy boost, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this one down the comment section. Moving on to track 8. This one is titled This One. Let's go.
Did I ever take you in my arms, look you in the eye, tell you that I do? Did I ever open up my heart and let you look inside? If I never did it, I was only waiting for a better moment that didn't come. There never could be a better moment than this one. This one, this one is lighting above the ocean. A god is riding upon his back. How calm the water and bright the rainbow fade this one to black. Did I ever touch you on the cheek, say that you were mine? Thank you for the smile Did I ever knock upon your door, try to get inside? If I never did it, I was only waiting for a better moment that didn't come. There never could be a better moment than this one. This one, this one is gliding above the ocean. A god is riding upon his back. Out come the water and bright the rainbow. Fade this one to black. What opportunities did we allow to flow by? Feeling like the timing wasn't quite right. What kind of magic might have worked if we'd stayed calm? Couldn't I have given you a better life? Did you ever take me in your arms, look me in the eye, and tell me that you do? Did I ever open up my heart, let you look inside? If I never did it, I was only waiting for a better moment that didn't come. There never could be a better moment than this one. This one, this one is gliding above the ocean. Oh, God is riding upon his back. Out come the water and bright the rainbow. Fade this one to black. This one is riding. God is riding.
Wow. Okay, so now this is classic, Paul McCartney. The melody is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, within the first minutes, I actually found myself in already remembering parts of it, and honestly, that's one of Paul McCartney's greatest gifts as a songwriter, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like he writes melodies that feel familiar even the first time you hear them. That's not easy. That's not actually easy to achieve. There is a warmth running through the entire song that immediately makes you feel comfortable. The harmonies now are beautiful, without becoming overwhelming, and the chorus, has this uplifting quality that to me feels almost effortless. Lyrically, I hear someone, reflecting on relationships and missed opportunities, almost realizing how precious certain moments are after they've passed. There is a quite emotional maturity here. Love the fact that it's reflective without becoming depressing, hopeful without becoming overly sentimental. Production-wise, I really liked how polished everything sounds, while still feeling organic. The late 80s production is definitely present, but to me, it doesn't distract, from the songwriting. I mean, the song itself remains the star. Honestly, I completely understand why this became, one of the standout, songs from the album. This is just based off of a few facts that I pulled up. This is vintage Paul McCartney songwriting, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this one down the comment section. Moving on to the 9th song. This one is titled "Don't Be Careless with Love." Ooh. Okay.
Burn a midnight lamp down until the dawn. I'll keep watch until I'm sure you're coming
Okay.
Don't be careless.
Whoa.
Don't be careless. In my dream, you're running nowhere. Every step you take can turn to blue.
Okay.
Walking down a spiral staircase, falling through, falling through. Don't be careless, love. Be careless, love. The lamp burns down and out. I'm getting pretty tired of this. I feel so bad. Something might be going on me. I won't be there, so look out for yourself. Getting in deep, whatever you do, don't let me go back to sleep.
Okay.
Don't be careless, love. Don't be careless. Saw your face in the morning paper. Saw your body rolled up in a rug, chopped up into little pieces by some flood. Don't be careless, love. Be careless, love. But in the morning light, when I wake up again,
Wow.
you by my side.
The voice.
That's the way it's always been. But in the dark, your mind plays funny tricks on you. Your mind plays funny tricks on you. Your mind plays funny tricks on you.
Yeah. Don't be careless with love. Guys, after listening to this one, I honestly have to say, I mean, I feel like now we are stepping into something a little more serious. Immediately, I noticed a darker, emotional atmosphere. I mean, the title alone feels like, advice, almost like the title alone, feels like, advice, almost like, someone who's learned painful lessons, trying to protect, someone else, from, making the same mistakes. Musically, I have to say this is one of the more layered songs on the album. The arrangement slowly builds without becoming overly dramatic, and the harmonies create this sense of emotional tension that never really disappears. What I appreciate most is that the song doesn't rush towards an easy resolution. Sometimes the relationships they are messy. Sometimes the emotions are complicated, and to me, this song seems comfortable sitting in that uncertainty. Paul McCartney's vocal performance here feels especially convincing because he doesn't oversing it. He trusts the words, he trusts the melody, and he lets the emotions come naturally. That's something I've noticed throughout this album. He's not trying to impress me, with technical ability. He's actually inviting me into the story. That's a huge difference. This is definitely one of those songs that would reward multiple listens because I have a feeling there are lyrical details I'm only beginning to to catch. Yeah, but let me know what you guys also think about this one down the comment section. Moving on to track 10. This one is titled That Day Is Gone. Let's go. Let's take a listen.
I feel such sorrow, I feel such shame. I know I won't arrive on time before whatever out there is gone. just a promise.
Oh, that day is done. Sorry, I thought that day is done. That day is done.
I said I'd walk in her parade.
Okay.
Hearts gone in tears, I thought would flow. Still in my heart, they'll never show. That day is done. That day is done. You know where I've gone, I won't be coming back. That day is done. Well, I recall the time and place when they announced her precious face. I thought at once my heart would burst. Still every time is like the first. There was applause when she stepped up. I wish that I could interrupt. I made no sign, I made no sound. I know I must stay underground. Well, that day is done. That day is done. You know where I've gone, I won't be coming back. That day is done. That's why she walks, oh so they say. She always knew just what I needed. Now if she would just look my way one time before they proceed, she sprinkles flowers in the dirt. That's when a thrill becomes a hurt. I know I'll never
Wow.
see her face. She walks away from my resting place. That day is done. That day is done. You know where I've gone, I won't be coming back. That day is done. Well, you know where I've gone, I won't be coming back. That day is done.
Wow. Guys, I have to say this one really, really, really hit me. I mean, there's something incredibly heavy about this song, from the very beginning. The atmosphere, felt, almost cinematic. Every single instrument, seems to carry emotional weight, and Paul McCartney's the vocal, sounded full of reflection, almost as if he's looking back on life from a distance. The melody is haunting, not in a dark or frightening way, more in the sense that it stays with you long after it ends. I think what makes this song so reflective, is its honesty. There is no pretending, no false optimism. I mean, it simply acknowledges that some chapters come to an end, and there is wisdom in accepting that reality. The orchestration, guys, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love the fact that it never overwhelms the lyrics, but it quietly expands the emotional landscape, making the entire song, feel larger than life. This might honestly be one of the strongest pieces of songwriting on the album so far. I mean, it's thoughtful, it's mature, and definitely reminds me that some of the most powerful songs aren't the loudest ones. They are the ones that quietly find their way into your heart. Let me know what you think about this one down the comment section, guys. 10 songs in, and I think I'm beginning to understand why Flowers in the Dirt is so highly regarded amongst Paul McCartney's fans. I mean, this doesn't feel like an album that's trying to compete with his Beatles legacy. It feels like an artist who has accepted where he is creatively and is writing from experience rather than expectation. I mean, the songwriting has been consistently strong, in my opinion. I mean, the melodies have been memorable. The production has aged far better than I personally expected, and perhaps the most importantly, every song has brought something different to the table. I mean, there hasn't been a moment where I felt like Paul was repeating himself. I mean, that's impressive for any album. So now I'm really curious to see how he closes this record. I mean, can the final stretch actually maintain this momentum? Let's find out. Moving on to track 11. This one is titled How Many People. Let's go. Wow. Okay. I like this.
How many people?
Whoa, that's a reggae vibe.
How many people
Wow.
never get a chance to shine?
I like this.
If you can tell me, I'll gladly listen. How many people have died? One too many right now for me. I wanna be happy. I wanna be free.
I like this.
Yeah.
Reggae vibe.
One too many right now for me. I wanna see ordinary people living peacefully. Do, do,
Whoa.
How many people go for a ride? How many people never make it through to the other side? If you can tell me, I'll gladly listen. So how many people have cried? One too many right now for me. I wanna be happy. I wanna be free.
Wow.
One too many right now for me. I wanna see ordinary people living peacefully.
Alright, this is a solid song. Wow.
How many people will it take? How many people? For goodness sake,
All right, guys. Yes. So track 11, How Many People? Guys, this song immediately felt hopeful. I mean, after some of the emotional weight we've heard throughout the album, this almost feels like Paul McCartney taking a step back, and I mean looking at humanity as a whole, rather than focusing on one relationship or one personal experience. One thing I've always admired about Paul McCartney is his ability to write songs that carry a positive message without sounding preachy. I mean, that's much harder than people think. A lot of songs with uplifting themes can end up feeling forced, but as I listen to this one, I feel like this one felt completely natural. The melody had that unmistakable McCartney warmth. I mean, it's inviting, it's comforting, it almost feels like a conversation rather than a lecture. The chorus is especially effective because it's built around a simple idea that almost anyone can connect with. I mean, it definitely goes and it encourages reflection without demanding a particular answer. Musically, I love how open everything feels. The instrumentation isn't cluttered. The harmonies add richness without overwhelming the arrangement, and Paul McCartney's voice definitely carries just enough emotions to make every line believable. I mean, listening to this today, decades after it was released, the message still feels relevant. Maybe that is what separates good songwriting from great songwriting. I mean, great songs don't belong to one generation. I mean, they actually go in, they continue speaking to people long after they are written. I mean, this is another highlight for me. I loved it. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section. Moving on to the 12th track. This one is titled Motto of Love. Motto of Love. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Well,
I can't get over your love, no matter how hard life seems.
sounds like
There's
scary.
a light in my dreams, thanks to you. My friends keep asking me why, there's such a smile on my face.
Yeah.
There's a home at my place, thanks to you.
Wow.
I don't want anything from you. Turn on your motor of love. Motor of love. Motor of love. Heavenly Father, look down from above. I can't get over your powerful motor of love. Your I can't get over your love, no matter how lost I feel. I know
Yeah.
my love is real, thanks to you. You simply reached out your hand and touched me deep in my soul. Came in out of the cold, thanks to you.
Wow.
I won't steal anything from you. Give me more than enough. Motor of love.
realized this song was 6 minutes. Okay, guys, motto of love. Yes, this one, felt incredibly atmospheric. Right from the beginning, the production definitely carried this dreamy, almost, cinematic, sort of space. I love the fact that it was not trying to, hit you immediately. Instead, it slowly, pulls you into its world. One thing I've noticed, throughout this album is Paul's patience as a songwriter. I mean, he's never, rushing the listener. He goes in, he allows the songs, to unfold naturally, and I think this track, is one of the best examples, of that. The arrangement definitely kept expanding, little by little. New instrumental textures appear. The harmonies, become richer. The emotional intensity quietly grows without ever, becoming overwhelming. I love that. I mean, vocally, Paul sounded reflective on this particular song, almost contemplative. There is also a calm confidence in the way he delivers these lyrics. I mean, he doesn't need dramatic, vocal runs or explosive moments. His storytelling is enough. I also appreciate how layered this production is. You could easily listen to this, several times and keep discovering small musical details hiding beneath the surface. I mean, that's one of the joys, of albums like this. They are definitely rewarding. Every revisit reveals something new. This feels like a song, that's going to grow on me even more over time. Yeah, I loved it. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section. Guys, moving on to the final song off of this album. This one is titled Est Le Soleil. Guys, I'm no French. I believe this is French. I'm not too sure. But yeah, forgive me if I wasn't able to pronounce it. But let's take a listen. Wow, sounds good. Really good. I love it. Yeah. I love this ending. Yeah. Yeah. Est Le Soleil.
soleil dans la tête, dans la tête. Où est le soleil dans la tête? Travaillez!
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Guys. Wow, guys. Well, I definitely wasn't expecting this, what an unexpected way to, end the album. After spending, so much, on the record, exploring heartfelt songwriting, reflective lyrics, and beautifully crafted melodies. Paul completely changes the mood, and to me, gives us something playful, gives us something rhythmic and dance oriented. Honestly, I kind of admire that. A lot of artists, in my opinion, would have chosen to end with a huge emotional ballad. Instead, Paul decides to surprised us, the listeners, one last time. I mean, the production immediately stood out to me. You can hear the late 80s dance influences throughout the track, but instead of feeling awkward or forced, it feels like Paul simply having fun experimenting with different sounds. And that's something I've really respected throughout this entire album. I mean, he never sounds afraid to try something different. Whether every experiment lands perfectly is almost beside the point. I mean, the willingness to actually explore keeps the album interesting from beginning to end. Even this final track to me reinforces something I have been thinking throughout the listening experience. Paul McCartney has never been content staying inside one musical box. I mean, he will give you rock, he will give you acoustic storytelling, he will definitely give you thoughtful ballads. He will give you sophisticated pop, and then just when you think you have figured him out, he throws in something completely unexpected. That's exactly what happened here. As a closing track, it's unconventional, but maybe that's exactly why it works, in my opinion. I mean, it definitely leaves the album, on a note of curiosity rather than finality. Yeah, that's what I have to say about this one, but I loved it. Let me know what you guys also think about this particular song down the comment section. Share your thoughts, basically. Yeah, guys, Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Dirt. Now that we have reached the end, I mean, you guys already know we definitely have to talk about this album as a complete album. I mean, first of all, I completely understand why so many Paul McCartney fans recommended this album. Shout out to Daniel Bilodeau, by the way. I mean, this doesn't feel like a collection of random songs. Definitely feels like a carefully sequenced journey. Every single track to me contributed something different. I mean, some songs are deeply personal, others are optimistic, some are playful, others are reflective, but somehow they all fit together. That's harder to accomplish than people realize. One of the biggest strengths of this album is the songwriter. I mean, Paul, you guys already know, doesn't rely on flashy production or technical tricks to carry these songs. Everything begins with strong melodies, and I mean, if you followed Paul McCartney's career, at all, that's always been one of his greatest gifts. He writes melodies that feel effortless. I mean, the kind that quietly stay in your head long after the album actually ends. Another thing I really, really appreciated was the emotional maturity. I mean, this album isn't trying to prove anything. It isn't chasing trends. It isn't desperately trying to sound younger than it is. Instead, it sounds confident. It sounds comfortable. It sounds honest. There's something incredibly refreshing about an artist writing from experience rather than expectation. I mean, production wise, yes, I mean, you can hear elements of late 80s. I mean, that's unavoidable, but surprisingly, I don't think these production choices distract from the songs, because underneath everything, the songwriting is strong enough to stand on its own, and that's the true test of a great album. I mean, strip away the production, strip away the era. If the songs still work, you've created something timeless, and I think that's exactly what Paul achieved here. I mean, if I had to choose my personal standouts after this first listen, I definitely go for My Brave Face, an outstanding opener with infectious melodies and fantastic balance of energy and emotional honesty. I'll go for Put It There. Yeah, Put It There. Probably the emotional heart of the album for me. Beautifully written, incredibly sincere, and proof that simplicity can be powerful. I'll go for this one. Yeah, this one. I mean, Paul McCartney. I mean, this is that song. I mean, this is pure Paul McCartney. I mean, gorgeous melodies, warm production, and a chorus that immediately sticks with you. Then I'll go for That Day Is Done. Yeah, That Day Is Done. I mean, deeply reflective, emotionally rich, and one of the album's strongest songwriting moments. Yeah, and lastly, I'll choose Distractions. Yeah, I mean, quietly beautiful, a song that doesn't need to shout, to leave an impression. Overall, guys, I'd give this album a hard 9.5, out of 10. I think this is one of those albums that will only become stronger the more you spend time with it. I already caught myself noticing little musical details on first listen, and I have no doubt there are even more waiting to be discovered. That's always a good sign. Yeah, that's just all I have to say about this album. Now, as always, I really want to hear from all of you, because I know this album has a passionate fan base. I mean, where would you rank Flowers in the Dirt among Paul McCartney's solo albums? Did I miss any hidden meanings or stories behind these songs? I mean, and also which tracks has stood the test of time for you? And if you've been listening to this album for years, has your favorite song changed over time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I genuinely love learning from people who have lived with these albums much longer than I have. Yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction and actually want to see more Paul McCartney, Wings, the Beatles, or classic rock albums reaction, make sure to actually hit the like button. It really helps the channel, and subscribe if you are new, so you don't miss my next deep dive. Thank you all so much for spending time with me. I truly appreciate every single one of you. On to the next reaction. Keep discovering great music, keep sharing your passion, and remember, some albums don't reveal their magic on the first listen. They actually reveal it one song, one lyric, and one melody at a time. I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Peace out.